bathroom, guy. Okay, if you give us a second, we'll take you to the station, and you will use the bathroom, okay? We'll take it quick. Is that fair? Yeah. All right. Deal with this officer from your area. All right. Damn, what?
Out of the law, the right decision was made. It's just that it's a damn shame that he gets to lean on the letter of the law. And the state of Nevada and the parole committee had to lean on the letter of the law because he's somebody that I believe doesn't only deserve to be in jail, he deserved to be under the jail.
Tank is done. Tank is hung him up. Shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up. He done. Tank is done.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something solar, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking.
Everyone in the boxing world stopped when the news came out that Gervonta Tank Davis's fight with Jake Paul had been called off. This wasn't just another delay or problem with a deal at the last minute. This time it was serious, and Tank's career could have been over because he was sued in civil court days before the fight for allegedly abusing his wife, taking her and assaulting her. Soon after, Jake Paul's team and Netflix turned off the show. This fight was meant to be one of the biggest crossovers of the decade. It was a bad boy of boxing versus a self-made showman of YouTube. But now it's all a mess, and it looks like Gervonta Davis may have lost everything today. Let's talk about what happened, what these claims mean, and whether this really is the end of Tank's career.
And 1 foot out too. What are you talking about? You know how much money he got? You know how hard it is getting out that bed to go run early in the morning in gym for hours, and you know you looking at 20 million easy. You own all this real estate. You rich. You don't have to do this ever again. Then the compounding interest. Like let's say he got 20 million in the bank. He get 5% off of that, so he probably making $500,000 in interest. He's not even spending his money. So it's like, hell yeah, he out of here. What? He gone.
It all began just 2 weeks before the fight. It was meant to be a record-setting Netflix event, but Gervonta Davis was in camp training hard for it. Tank Davis versus Jake Paul in Miami. Then there was the case. The ex-girlfriend of Davis, Courtney Russell, filed papers in Miami-Dade County Court saying she accused him of battery, aggravated attack, kidnapping, and false imprisonment. They said Davis hit her at the club where she worked in Miami, and it wasn't the first time. According to the claim, Tank had physically abused and choked her at least 4 times before. She is now asking for both money damages and punitive damages, and she says she is getting help for PTSD after the claimed attacks.
Gervonta Tank Davis, the fight is in jeopardy. There's another, yes, I said another domestic abuse allegation against Gervonta Davis, and that may either destroy, postpone, change the entire event. There's been a lot of allegations against Tank. When things like this happen over and over, I think this is his 4th or maybe 5th allegation of domestic abuse, you kind of start to have to look at the person that's being accused of such and go, why do you keep ending up in these situations? And the way it's described, we've even seen Tank do some of the things already on camera. I don't think that's something that Netflix is wanting to be a part of at that point. I don't know if Jake wants to be involved with somebody like that, which is why they're starting to look for potential.
That made everyone in Jake Paul's camp freak out. Jake's business, Most Valuable Promotions, said the next day that they were looking into it, but the investigation didn't take long behind the scenes. They called it off for good within 48 hours. The message said, "We will not be going ahead with this event, but our plan is still for Jake Paul to host an event on Netflix in 2025. To put another way, they quickly let Tank go. That's not the first time Tank has been in trouble with the law. If it were, fans might have given him a chance. The problems Gervonta Davis has sent outside of the ring have almost overshadowed his success inside the ring over the past few years."
Boxer Gervonta Tank Davis out of jail tonight. The famous South Florida fighter bonded out less than an hour ago.
Now he's accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in front of their children. CBS News Miami's Trish Christakis is live at the jail in West Miami-Dade with details on the allegations.
He was also given 90 days of house arrest and 3 years of probation in 2023 for a hit-and-run accident in Baltimore that hurt 4 people. Fans were already wondering if Tank was going crazy after that event. He had to spend some of his time in jail because he broke the rules of his house arrest.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
This new lawsuit from 2025 taints an even worse picture, one that could ruin his image. Everything changed when the case became public. Nakissabai Darian, Jake Paul's manager, made a strong statement saying that MVP strongly opposes all forms of violence and will not work with a fighter in any way.
I mean, any thoughts on that one?
You did, huh? Again?
Yeah, again.
Yeah, you know, I mean, hey, look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Yeah, just get your, that's it, basically. Just shit, you don't hit women, man. Yeah!
Sponsors quietly pulled out of the deals. The advertising teasers that Netflix had already made were taken down in Showtime, which had worked with Tank Davis. Stop talking about it.
Actually canceling the fight, saying Most Valuable Promotions immediately initiated an investigation. No, I had the wrong one. Okay, I'm reading this one. Most Valuable Promotions and Netflix have announced that Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis, the one I was reading was the one from late last week, originally scheduled for Friday, November 14th at the Cancellation Center in Miami, Florida, will no longer be moving forward. Quote, our team has worked closely with all parties to navigate this situation responsibly, said Nakissabai Darian, CEO of MVP. While we will not be moving forward with this event, our plan remains for Jake Paul to headline an event on Netflix in 2025. And that is what I'm hearing as well. They want him to fight in December. That is the hope. And they're actively looking for a opponent. More on that in a moment. Details regarding a new date, location, Jake's opponent, and additional bouts will be shared as soon as they are finalized. We thank Netflix, Cancellation Center, Seminole Hard Rock and Hotel and Casino for their partnership.
Sponsors quietly pulled out of the deals. The advertising teasers that Netflix had already made were taken down in Showtime, which had worked with Tank Davis. Stop talking about it.
The Tootsies and up a girl, dragged her through the parking lot and in the face, and it's like, bro.
Okay.
Like,
wait, but how do you know that happened?
It's a lawsuit. Miami-Dade is coming. There's video.
Now that Gervonta's future is uncertain, Jake Paul's team didn't waste any time. Reports say MVP is already planning a new Netflix star for December. Ryan Garcia, Nate Diaz, Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford, and even Francis Ngannou are all names that have been mentioned as possible replacements.
The Jake Paul Tank Davis fight has officially been canceled. It is off. It is not happening on November 14th. It is not happening in 9 days' time in Miami on Netflix, and I don't think it's ever happening. So if you weren't a fan of this fight, I think you got your wish.
He's long used conflict to fuel attention, but this time he's staying silent. Violence is not okay with us, a Netflix insider said. There will be no Gervonta Davis on the show. That statement reportedly struck a nerve internally. Because when a media giant like Netflix formally distances itself from you, it's no longer just about lost earnings. It becomes a fight for your very reputation.
Pick up the phone, champ. I've been calling you. Pick up. Let's make the fight happen. Pick up the phone, man. Stop playing.
He knows how to use conflict to get more attention, but he's staying away this time. Violence is not okay with us. There will be no Gervonta Davis on the show. Someone who works for Netflix said that line hit them hard because if Netflix, one of the biggest media companies in the world, officially distances itself from you, you're not just trying to make money. It's a fight for your name.
For something like this, obviously smaller guy. How is this in the training aspect, Jake?
Yeah, there's a lot of punching down, practicing, hitting below my knees, and a lot of speed.
He warming up.
We're
now.
sparring.
That's what we need.
We're sparring.
Warm up.
Some
I know
8-year-olds. I got the 8-year-olds in there.
If I find out anything, I'm gonna beat your ass and I'm gonna beat Jaden Love ass. On my mama, I'm gonna beat both of y'all ass. On my mama. And he laughing. You know, he laughing.
What are you talking about?
What
does he have to do with this?
Let anything. You know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't gotta say it up here. Let anything happen. And I'ma show you and him. Bet.
He was well known in other genres. Had hip-hop support, famous fans, and social media buzz. He was the most famous boxer of his time. But this could be the knockout he can't get back from. It's not about getting dropped in the ring. It's about getting dropped by a whole business. Here's what fans and experts are really scared about. This is more than just a PR mess. It might turn into a crime. Even though the civil suit may only be asking for money damages, the specifics could lead to criminal charges if the authorities decide to look into them further. Among the charges are aggravated assault, kidnapping, and intentionally causing mental distress. All of these are very bad crimes that could get you sent to jail if proven. It is also said that the attack happened in Florida, which has strict laws against domestic violence. So Tank's lawyers are very alert. That being said, neither Gervonta nor his lawyers have made a comment yet. His social networks are quiet now. There are no clips of training, interviews, or comments. For a man whose reputation was built on being mean, quiet says a lot. The fighting world responded right away, and in two different ways.
Describe what the feeling was like in the ring, and was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and like you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than But I didn't really know that you can get disqualified for all that, or when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Some fighters were sad and said Tank needs help. Some didn't hold back, like Ryan Garcia.
All right, so the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis fight has been canceled because of new charges that came up on Gervonta. You heard it here first. Hit the thumbs up on the video. Make sure you share the video. The fight is off as we know it right now.
Gervonta Davis had a record of 30-0 with 28 knockouts going into 2025. He was meant to be the face of the lightweight division, a puncher who would only come around once in a generation and have the power of Mayweather. But over the years, no other boxer has ever been his biggest threat. It was him.
Just because I'm getting older now, but I feel like Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house or something like that.
His career has been more stop and go than any champion should be, with trips to court, bans, and public scandals. And there may not be a return this time. While you're up against both the law and the people, winning one battle won't make things better. Then what does Tank do next? 3 things will decide his future right now. How the case turned out. If this case gets worse, his license could be taken away for good. Redemption in public. He'll have to earn trust again if he ever wants to fight again. Politics of promotion. Most of the big fight companies won't work with a fighter who is being investigated by the police. This brings up a question that has been bothering boxing for a long time. How much can a sport do without good players? From the arrest of Mike Tyson to Floyd Mayweather's cases of domestic abuse, boxing has a long history of protecting its big stars. But since streaming services like Netflix have come along, the business is changing. Tank Davis is not important to Netflix. They have Tyson, Crawford, and Jake Paul. They don't need trouble. Rates and brand safety are important to them. This is the first time in Tank's life that no one can save him.
Fighter in the world pound for pound. We can do that. What we cannot do is debate who's the most exciting fighter, who's the biggest box office attraction in boxing. That would happen to be Gervonta Davis. We just got to accept it. I think that Frank Martin is a talented fighter. He'll make some things happen down the line in the future, but we'll never look at him the same after that destruction. Not to say that we won't respect him, but we'll never look at him the same because he got destroyed by Gervonta Davis. And that's no shame, that's no slouch, but damn, still in all, you get destroyed, you get destroyed. Gervonta Davis is the #1 box office attraction. Who I want to see him against next is Shakur Stevenson. I don't want to see him against Devin Haney because Devin Haney has proven to me that he's not a good punch taker. I want to see Gervonta Davis in the ring with somebody perceived as having enough power to put him on the canvas too. That's what I want to see.
It breaks my heart because Tank was great in the ring. Some people thought boxing still had magic because of how fast, well-timed, and powerful his one-punch fights were inside the ring, though the man in the gloves couldn't get away from his problems. His work is now in a state of flux. Suspended fights, legal trouble, and a public image that is falling apart. The damage is done even if the accusations are not true. Netflix is gone for him. He lost the most money he's ever made. It's possible that he lost his whole job. The story of Gervonta Davis, still going on, but it can't go on any longer. It's not a question of whether he can hit again. It's about whether he can fix his name. The boxing world isn't wondering when Tank will fight again right now. They want him to say yes or no. What do you think? Has Gervonta Davis thrown away everything he worked for? Or is there still a chance for him to make things right in the ring? Leave your ideas below. Click like and subscribe to get more news. See you in the next.